this person or this person that has already snuck into my apartment courtesy of my downstairs neighbors, with the crawl space being, I think, in this corner right here to the attic. Being as I heard a lot of noise in this corner last night, and it goes all the way up to the attic. Then once in the attic, he can scurry about all the way to a hidden access. Now, I just heard a screen door over here. Whether or not that's where it was from, don't know. I'm pretty sure it was over here, but I'm going to give it a 50-50 on it, and I don't care. The main part is the broads in the house have access to remote neural monitoring. It's a war crime. I actually have it right here. Here, I'll go in. My shoes were taken off like this because they were wet. One was like this. So I guess that means they were trying to avoid bumping into me while digging through my shit. Tissue box has been moved. Tissue box was up there straight. So, whatever else has been moved, touched, I still have frequency hitting me in the chest. And I know because there's a piece of mylar right there. Because it bounces off of mylar. Now I'm going to show you that it's a war crime. And you got Philip. And you got some other people. So here we go. Targeted individuals, civil rights, community. Let me make sure I got up. I'm all the way down to the size. I'm already a member. This is neural monitoring. Unless you got a handheld device. Let me see. Here's an affidavit. This affidavit is valid in any courtroom. This affidavit is valid in any courtroom. Got that one. This one is for the NSA. Valid. People in charge. Shit's still hitting me. There we go. UN Convention Against Torture can help target individuals. Article 12 Government authorities must conduct an investigation. Article 14. Each government must provide fair compensation to victims of torture. Massive corruption. Cease and desist letters. There we go. See contact page for more organizations. Every human being has rights. I think that's the bottom of this page. It might be in the legal page. Yeah, it's in the legal page. Legal information. Previous court cases, civil codes. The 14th Amendment also. Okay. Didn't know that one before. Civil code, state laws, court case rights, human experimentation, torts, civil torts based on claims, when writing the cause of action, suing for actual damage and sometimes punitive damages, injunctive court order, declaratory relief. Well, I'd say if you got a fucking access, into my apartment, here's the Geneva Convention, crimes against humanity, directing energy weapons and shit like that. Look at that. See, I told you. Told you. Nobody listens. UN Convention, torture against other cruel, inhumane, or degrading treatment or punishment, 1984. Well, degrading is videotaping. You got a camera above my apartment. Definitions of torture. Pain or suffering, whether physical or mental, is intentionally inflicted on a person for such purposes obtaining from him a third person information or a confession punishing him for an act he or a third party has committed or is suspected of having committed, or intimidating, coercing him or a third person for any reason based on discrimination of any kind, when the consent of acquaintances of the public official or other person acting in official capability. It does not include pain and suffering arising only from, inherent, or incidental to lawful sanctions. Well, these ain't fucking lawful. Now, do you know what would happen? U.S. Code treason. Violent crime control and law enforcement. Matthew Shepard, 2009. I remember that one. Civil rights. 241. Torture, offense, jurisdiction, conspiracy. Do you know what kind of payout the homeowner's insurance would have to pay for having a camera and having these electrical devices in this house, whether they be above me or below me? Electronic surveillance laws in America. Do you know what would happen? You all would be homeless. Did you know that? I rented this apartment because of Meemaw. Because of my fucking landlord. Now I got a headache, for which means, of course, remote neural monitoring. I just read you all that shit. Electronic surveillance laws, wiretap laws, and video monitoring laws. So, you got cameras in my ceiling. You got a mic in my ceiling. You got a frequency generator somewhere in the building. You got secret access into the building. Well, into my apartment. Isn't that sweet? I heard a door slam. I figured somebody just ran out. Do you know if that shit's in the attic and I call in a minute? Literally, in a minute. I don't know if they're going to send the police. I don't know what police. I don't know if they're going to send the housing authority police. I don't know how that works. Because I've never had to actually do it until now. If they find any cameras, any equipment that should not be hooked up, I'm warning now that I am suing, pressing charges. I'm still getting hit by something. See? Shouldn't have let them in. Because now it's going to cause a whole bunch of shit. I appreciate the knowing of the camera deal, because that's the only way you would have been able to call that dude and said, hey, they're asleep, is by use of the camera. Because I don't have a TV that works, so you can't use the Wi-Fi TV to see me. Has to be a camera. Just read all the laws right here. And for somebody to come into my apartment, no, I'm sorry.